Доброе утро, Раша. Меня зовут Маркос Францискевич, я испанец. Всем привет, это канал «Говорю на английском».
Как вы уже поняли, это Илья, и сегодня я буду брать интервью у испанца. Мы поговорим с ним о некоторых темах, о Испании, о путешествиях, о политике. Давайте начнем. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Ilya, how are you?
I'm good. Could you present us ourselves, just a couple of words about you, where do you come from, what is your age, and yeah.
Sure, well, so hello, my name is Marcos. I'm Spanish from Valencia, which is a city that is located in the east side of Spain. I'm 21 years old. I'm currently studying with Ilya, and that's basically all about me.
Great. So now I know that you've been already living in Switzerland for some time, and the question is, so would you like to work after your studies in Spain, or you prefer to stay in Switzerland?
For me, my nearest future, I see myself here in Switzerland because it's a very stable country where there's a low rate of unemployment and the salaries are pretty high. Most of my family is currently living in Switzerland. But in the long run, I think I will try to move to Spain if I manage to create my own company or startup.
Okay, that's interesting. What about the salaries? What is the difference, you think, between Switzerland and Spain in numbers?
The average salary in Switzerland, it's 6,100 more or less per person in euros.
Euros.
In euros, which is almost the same as francs.
6,000 euros.
Yes, a bit more. And in Spain, it's the nominal is 2,000, around 2,000. So basically, it's three times like the salary is three.
Euros.
Yeah, the salary in Switzerland is 3 times bigger than in Spain.
Yeah. Okay.
Now we'll move a little bit to Russian part because a lot of my subscribers are Russian, so I want to know some of your opinions about Russia, some aspects. What do you think about Russians in general? Just your general opinion.
My general opinion about Russians?
Yeah.
I have a couple of Russian friends. For me, I think they're very different from each other depending on the region where they come from. They can be very, very friendly, or they can be very, let's say, more tough, like more what we think Russian people look like or behave.
Okay. I know that you study Russian language, and the question is that how do you find it, and would you like to continue to do it?
I find it actually pretty hard because it's completely different from the Latin languages. I think I'm gonna continue 6 more months, but I don't think I will just keep working on it because I will need a lot of time in order to speak proper Russian. I would rather maybe change to Italian or Portugal. That would be easier for me to learn.
What city you would like to visit in Russia?
Sochi.
Sochi!
Actually, to be honest, obviously Sochi to try the ski because I love skiing. But I would say, first of all, the first one would say St. Petersburg.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Even Sochi?
Because it's Russian, but it's at the same time European. So you have very nice buildings, and I think it's the best way to get to start getting yeah, exactly, to start at some point, not just to have a completely different a big shock of cultures.
Okay.
So
to make it step by step.
And because I mean, it's known that St. Petersburg is very, very beautiful.
Yeah, that's true.
Now I would like to move a little bit on the political side, because Russians love discuss politics, and I also want to know your opinion about it.
Sure.
And the first direct question gonna be, what do you think about Putin?
What do you think about Putin? I think he's a very, very clever man. He has been in power for, I think, 19 years or 18 years, which is a lot. And for me, I think it's time. It would be nice to change the president of Russia.
It's actually this election going to be very soon.
Because it's the same happened in Spain. When someone is in the power many years, then the corruption is just unstoppable. So I think a good way to be able to stop that corruption that is going on in Russia, that I think most Russian people know as well as most of Europeans, will be maybe to change the person who's running the country.
Okay.
Even though I think Putin is a very clever guy and has been running the country very well, or in some aspects and in some others not as good as it should, but yeah.
The next question gonna be about your prime minister, Mariano Rajoy Vrey. That's a Spanish politician who is the prime minister of Spain.
Yes.
Do you support him?
I think as a Spanish, we always have to support the government because it's the one that has been selected by the big majority of the population. I do not share some politics that have been used in Spain. Obviously, I'm not always 100%. I don't always completely agree with things that have been done. Obviously, but I think it looks a very honest guy.
Okay.
But I don't think he was able to control all the corruption cases that just happened in Spain, and he was obviously, as the prime minister, the responsible of all of them. Even though he was or was not directly connected, he should have been the responsible for all those cases of corruption.
So now let's move a little bit to stereotypes. I found some stereotypes about Spanish people.
Yes.
And now you will tell me is this true or not. So it was written basically as from the first person on behalf of the Spanish, and I'll tell it also like this. So bullfighting is universally loved. What do you think?
That's completely wrong. Nowadays we're having a lot of problems related to this topic in particular, because there's many people that are against just killing the bulls. So again, I will say, you cannot say it's 50-50, you don't have an exact percentages, but there's people that just like saying that because they see that as a culture and also a way of creating employment. There's a lot of people that live thanks to this industry, and there's a lot of people that are against that just love animals in general, and they think this is just not the right way.
What do you think? Should it be prohibited, or it's a part of your culture?
I believe that it's part of the culture. I think we shouldn't prohibit something because we don't like it. I mean, if there's people that like it, then why would you should prohibit it?
Another one. We are lazy and take naps daily.
I have one question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen me doing a nap?
You maybe like I don't see you at home. Like no.
Okay, but I'm always at school, so I don't do naps.
Yeah, but this is a
I have never done a siesta in my life. Never.
See, but even
And
you have
Spanish.
you have a word for this, siesta. So
Yeah.
But do people do it in Spain?
Yeah, there's people that do it in Spain. If, for example, during summer it is between 30 and 40 degrees, obviously at 2 o'clock you're not going to start working or doing something else. So after lunch you will just rest for 10-15 minutes. Who doesn't do that? I mean, in general. I'm pretty sure in Russia they do also during summer when you're in holidays and you have lunch, you just rest for a bit, watch the TV or do something.
Yeah.
That will be more or less the equivalent of a siesta, but we have a name for that.
We eat paella every day.
That's not true. I come from the city where the paella was invented, and I would say Valencia.
It was invented there.
It was invented there, paella valenciana. And every time that I come back to Spain, we had a paella. Sometimes every time, yeah. On Sundays, it's a Sunday dish. But I wouldn't say it's like we eat it every day or every week. But most of the time, I would say once or twice a week we have a paella. Or for special occasions where we are with
Once
families.
or twice, like on
Once or twice, every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Moving forward to our last part about English in general. How did you study English?
I personally studied in a French school for 13-14 years. But I've learned the English in the French school, which is not the best thing actually, but especially doing summer schools in England and also practicing here in Switzerland the English section.
So mostly during the practicing, not like theoretical, but you went there, you was in the environment.
If you want to learn English, you have to see Ilia's videos.
Yeah,
Plus-
that's a good point.
Plus practice with people, and if you have the possibilities to visit English-spoken countries in order to get to know people that only speak English, it will force you to learn and then speak the language.
Okay, yeah, that's a very good point.
So that's all for today. Thank you very much
Thank you, man.
for your time and for interview. So that's all for today. Как вы уже поняли, это был Илья, канал «Говорю на английском». Оставьте в комментариях следующую национальность, в которой вы хотели бы, чтобы я сделал интервью, и также какие бы вопросы вы хотели услышать в моем следующем интервью. До скорых встреч!